Imagine a world where, in the middle of a nuclear war, one aircraft could control the most powerful weapons ever created, while flying safely far above the Earth. This is not a scene from a movie. This is exactly the kind of mission the U.S. Navy's new E-130J Phoenix II is designed for. Today we'll break down what this aircraft is, why it matters, and how it fits into America's nuclear strategy, especially at a time of rising global tensions. First, let's understand the basics. The TACAMO mission, short for Take Charge and Move Out, is one of the most secretive and crucial parts of U.S. defense. Its purpose is simple but chilling. If America's ground-based communication systems are destroyed during a nuclear attack, TACAMO aircraft act as airborne command centers, sending launch orders to nuclear submarines deep under the ocean. The current aircraft doing this job are aging Boeing E-6B Mercury planes, based on the 707 airframe. They've been flying since the 1980s, but technology, threats, and requirements have evolved, so the U.S. Navy is moving to a new platform, the Lockheed Martin C-130J Super Hercules, modified for TACAMO duties. The Navy has now officially given this aircraft a name, E-130J Phoenix II. Why Phoenix II? The name draws from the mythical phoenix rising from the ashes, symbolizing resilience and survival even in the worst situations. The two likely connects it to a previous Phoenix designation used for certain communications missions in the past. These aircraft won't just be cargo planes anymore. They will be heavily modified with secure, hardened communication systems, massive trailing antennas for talking to submarines, and shielding to protect electronics from nuclear electromagnetic pulses. The timing is no coincidence. We're seeing, increased nuclear saber rattling from Russia, tensions in the Pacific with China, and ongoing modernization of nuclear forces in multiple countries. The United States wants to make sure that even in the absolute worst-case scenario, say Washington, D.C. is under attack, the president or designated commanders can still communicate with America's nuclear forces. The Navy has also pointed out that the C-130J airframe offers better efficiency, easier maintenance, and can operate from shorter runways compared to the old E-6B. That means more flexibility in where they can be based, and how quickly they can be deployed. Let's be clear, this is not just another military aircraft. The E-130J Phoenix II is part of the Nuclear Command and Control System, often called the Nuclear Triad's Lifeline. Without reliable communication links, the deterrence value of nuclear weapons drops sharply, because adversaries might think they can decapitate leadership in a first strike. By keeping this communication airborne and mobile, it becomes nearly impossible for any enemy to shut it down completely. In short, the Phoenix II ensures that America's second strike capability remains credible, and that is really the cornerstone of nuclear deterrence. Lockheed Martin is expected to deliver the first modified aircraft in the next few years. They'll replace the E-6Bs in phases, making sure there's no gap in capability. Given the secrecy around TACAMO, we might never know all the systems on board, but we can expect advanced encryption, hardened electronics, and specialized crews trained for the most extreme conditions imaginable. So while it may look like just another Hercules, the E-130J Phoenix II is a flying lifeline for U.S. nuclear forces. This move is another reminder that, despite decades of talk about nuclear disarmament, the world's most powerful nations are still preparing for the possibility of nuclear conflict. Whether that makes us safer or puts us on a more dangerous path is a question worth thinking about. Because in the end, as history has shown, the real goal of these systems is not to be used, but to ensure that no one ever dares to start that war in the first place.